So if you're thinking you can just move to Idaho and buy some land, think again. In fact, it's pretty much a terrible idea. That's kind of the dream of a lot of people is, hey, I'm just going to get 5-10 acres and I'll hold on to it and then I'll build my dream home in a little bit. To be brutally honest, a lot of times when you're doing that, you're buying somebody else's dream and that fruition never came through. So I don't want to completely deter you. I'm going to talk about some land acquisition stuff that, I see favorable, but at the same time, I got to bring a lot of people down to reality of just seeing this listing maybe on Zillow or somewhere of this incredible land in Idaho that they can buy and make their dream spot. So if you really want an in-depth tutorial and things you need to know about Idaho land, we're getting after it right now. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Wilkey with the Living in North Idaho team. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, play, and all that land here in Idaho, make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And we honestly get so many phone calls, emails, texts every single day from people moving and relocating, and we absolutely love it. So thinking about moving anywhere in the North Idaho area, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to Idaho. All right, so I wanted to talk about this. I see so many reach outs coming in and, hey, I want to, looking for 5 to 10 acres, might be moving in just a couple years. So I want to hold on to it, get in now. Well, there's some major things that you need to know about, the Idaho land and whether you can even build on it, things that you need to look for. And these are also things that, we really help people with, because there are certain areas that you may get into it and learn quickly that you can't do anything with that land. And, well, if you're not going to be home watching it, there could be people that move in on it. Yes, you'll get somebody put a camper or a house and squat on that land. So we've seen all this stuff happen. I want to kind of run you through a list of things that you really need to look for when acquiring land in Idaho. All right, so one of the things that you got to look for first and foremost is the utilities, and especially a well. So I've seen it in the north. Back when I was doing power lines, we would go to some of these projects where they were digging wells. I saw one time just north of Hayden, Idaho. I'm talking 5 minutes in the Lancaster area where they dug 923-foot well. Do you realize how expensive that was? Now, it was for a little planned community. We were running the power to it, but yeah, the dude was like, it blew up our profits, man. Because sometimes you're $1,000 a foot or even more than that, not including any setup fees. So 900 feet in some of these areas, you got to realize, even though we have some of the most gorgeous lakes around and you would think the water is just right there, there are certain areas where if you got to go 5, 6, 8, or 900 feet with a well, you're going to completely burn all of your money, and, well, you'll have to end up getting rid of that property anyways. The next thing is, I've seen some of these properties that only pump out 5 to 10 gallons a minute. So I had a really good friend live, again, almost in that same area up north of Hayden. And the showers, the sink, they just had very, very low pressure. So now you've got to bring systems in to really, boost that. So when it comes to land, you've got to do so much work. And so that's kind of the goal of these people is like, I'm just going to buy 5-10 acres in Idaho and then I'll build a house on it. And when I get time, I just want to get in now and save time. Well, when you're dropping 50, 100, plus thousand on a well, that can eat into you. Now, there are areas where, look at Sandpoint, Idaho. Sandpoint, that is actually like digging a well, but you can find wells in areas that you don't have to go too deep for. 2, there's already some areas where some of that stuff is in or close to town where there might even be city water. So that's going to save you a ton of time and energy. Again, if you want to just go out and buy Idaho land, don't do it. It's a really bad idea. If land has sat there for a while and, especially been kind of on the market and you're seeing this incredible price for 5-10 acres, well, there's probably a reason for that. And that person probably had your dream a decade ago. And then they realized that they couldn't do anything with the property, or it was going to cost $250,000 just to bring in, septic, put in water or power, that it just didn't really make it worth. Now, there are some sections, North Idaho, you're going to see it a little bit different. There's not a lot of like 100+ acre pieces. You're just not going to see it anywhere. Any of that stuff is going to be, in the prairie. And if that's getting sold, it's for new construction developments. So if you find 100 acres in North Idaho, it's going to be way, way, way the hell out there. And, or, you know, it's going to be half of a mountainside that you can't even use. So those are the things that you got to look for. And I know some people want to just kind of build off grid. Again, there's things that you need to know about that. And certainly if you're going to go 1-2 acres, some of these areas you're going to have, you know, obviously no HOAs and stuff. That's what people don't want, but you might have people doing stuff on their property, building a bunch of external sheds and stuff that you got to see visually every single day. So, you know, start looking, you know, if you get that 10, 20, 30 acre piece, maybe that's a little closer with power, you know, they'll be over the hill a ways. And so you're not going to be able to see them, kind of hide some of that. Because the thing about Idaho, don't come to Idaho and change people. Like, people want to be who the hell they are. I've been up in the deepest parts of the rivers, the Coeur d'Alenes, the St. Joe's, and people live, I mean, you can go get some moonshine up in these areas. Don't tell the cops. No, just kidding. Cops probably go up there too. But Idahoans just want to be Idahoans, and you cannot change that. And you will see people right outside of, you know, downtown. Get into Athol, Idaho, per se. You get 5-10 acres. I mean, you could throw a raging ass bonfire. You can shoot your guns right there. That's what we love. And if that's kind of what you're looking for, that's more realistic. So you want to get stuff that's a little bit closer to town. So I'm just kind of setting the bar straight, as we've had so many reach outs about Idaho land, that there's good areas and there's bad areas. And if you want to get in now, because yes, these are still some of the hottest real estate markets in the entire country, they are going up. You're probably better off finding something that's on 5-10 acres with a house already, and maybe you rent that out, right? Or some kind of income producing, you know, farm field or something, because there's still a lot. Even when I was a ranch hand back, you know, 15 plus years ago, all through middle school, high school, and even college, I was working on a ranch. We subleased a lot of these different fields that people didn't want to do anything with. And we went out and seeded them, farmed them, and cut the hay on those. So you can actually, you know, get those off to farmers and have them, you know, cut the hay, whatever, and get some kind of income, plus rent the property out. That might be a little bit more favorable for you than just some random piece of dirt out there. So, and something I mentioned at the beginning of the video that you may be thrown off, if you're going to buy this land and just sit on it for a couple years, well, Idaho people going to be Idaho people. You may come back and see that and have somebody squatted on the land, have their camper there, people hunting it. You know, if it's not posted right, here in Idaho, you have to have posted signs for private property every 660 feet, or it has to be a cultivated field. If it's not, then people can legally go on there and hunt. So if that's stuff that you don't want happening, then you're going to want to make sure you take all precautions and actually come up and check on this property as much as you can. The best thing you can do, and I'm telling you from personal experience, is you make friends with those neighbors, because people who like their space and have acreage outside of Idaho, of the downtown areas, they love their place and they protect it. You even step foot on there, they're going to freaking know about it. And so if you're gone, you won't know. They will if you make a good relationship with people. And I've seen it go both ways. Sometimes you piss the neighbor off and they'll do anything to get back at you, but make friends with them. They will sit there and they will be the best guard you will ever have on your property. That old man will get up every morning and go, you know, cruise around your property and make sure the posted signs are still up. Again, people will do anything to hunt all around here too, and to camp. So you want to make sure you protect that property. It's not like you just buy it and everybody knows that it's yours. You got to make sure you take care of that land. Now, some of the other aspects that I was just talking about with power, you know, some people I've seen even having like cisterns, right? So this is where you're going to have basically a big barrel of water and you're going to have to pump your own water. And what does it do in North Idaho? It gets cold as hell. Last year in September, this time of the year, it was snowing already. So you can have these deep, you know, cold ass winters and stuff, and that can cause a lot of troubles. You want to get that stuff down below the earth. Back again, digging power lines, we would have sometimes 24 to 30 inches of permafrost, and even our backhoes couldn't even break through that dirt. It was so rock hard. So you really got to get that stuff down below. You want to make sure you have proper septic systems, and those are going to have to get, you know, okayed by the city, by the you know, by the local county to get permitted in. There's a lot of things you need to know about that. Sometimes getting power, water in, we would find these people who, you know, getting these properties, and we're running 10, 15 power poles in there. We got a bunch of journeyman linemen and equipment. That stuff's going to add up. You might be $100,000 for the transformer, for all the power lines and all of our work. So again, you've got to kind of calculate these things. You can't just see a $60,000 piece of property out there and think you can just start building on it immediately. The other thing is, Sometimes you got to wait a long time to get building. So I would just really caution you to have a plan. This isn't an area that you can just buy 10 acres and everything's going to magically happen. If it's got power, water, everything already close, that's going to be a little bit better off. Again, you've got to find, it's just hard because a lot of this is going to be cash deals, right? You're not going to be able to loan on the land and loan on the building. You're going to have to really pay cash for probably one of them and get a loan on the other. The most typical situation is if you find the land, pay cash for it, and then you can finance the building or pay cash for the building as well. But these are things that the team, we really go in and analyze, right? What are your goals? How much property do you need? What do you need to be close to? What is your actual goal? Is it moving here in a year, building on it? Is it 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road? You're not going to want to buy Idaho land unless you have your ducks in a row. And those are the things that we help with. Comment down below what your thoughts are on Idaho land and everything that I've said below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is Idaho land for you? I want to hear your thoughts if you could handle the Idaho lifestyle too. But this is what we do. We help people move, relocate. The only way that we can do that is you got to reach out. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to Idaho. And until the next video, guys, we'll catch you later.